Welcome to CWC Outdoors. Today I'm going to be catfishing and minnow trapping. So I have a little minnow trap that I got from Walmart, made by Cheese. There'll be a link in the description. But I'm just going to bait it with some bread and leave it out overnight to see what gets it. So the way you bait it is you have to open this little clip right here, and then you have to pull the two halves apart. And then you put your bait inside. Then you clip the two halves back together. And you throw it out where you want it. And you tie it up to a little branch. And you let it sit. I'm going to put the minnow trap in a creek behind me that's right about there. So I'm going to be baiting 5 rods, so I'm going to cut this hot dog close to evenly in 5 pieces. So I'm going to start baiting up my hooks. I'm using circle hooks. I really don't know what size, but since I'm catfishing overnight, I'm using the circle hook, so if they get it and swim away, they won't get, like it won't like go down their throat or anything, and they'll not get away. So I'm just hooking them on like that, or just enough where it'll stay on, and then I'm just gonna rig them all up. Okay, so this next one is a Eagle Claw brand. Little separator for catfishing, and it allows you to put 2 hooks on one rod, so that doubles your chances of getting a fish on this rod, I guess, because 2 hooks equals double the chance. So just like the other ones, I'm just gonna hook a little bit on there, and I'm gonna cast them out. I might put out another combo later for with some leftover pork on it, and maybe add to my chances a little bit. So when I'm catfishing and I leave my poles out all night, I usually try to use old poles, so if they get drug into the water, it won't really matter. So I'm just using a Shakespeare Alpha XT and a little R2D2 pole, just so if they get pulled in, they won't really be that much of a loss. So I'm going to be casting these off the back of my pontoon and letting them sit overnight, and in the morning I'm going to check these, and then I'm going to check my minnow trap. I'm just going to sit them in the rod holders and let them sit. Okay, so on this next one, I'm going to try to get it not super close to the one beside it, but not too far away. And that one, since it didn't cast as far, it's going to be in a little bit of shallower water. And I'm going to try to get some variation and cast some out toward the middle of the lake and some toward the bank a little bit more, and then some right in the middle like the first one. So on this one, I'm going to cast it out to this side over here toward the middle of the cove. And I'm going to try to get them all in different places, like I said a second ago. first fish of the night. Oh.
She's bringing you next.
Oh, it's fat. He's nice. This is a really nice fish. Oh, wow. This is a nice fish. So, in a second you can probably hear it, but when a catfish, when you have one, you might hear them go like, and that means that, well, they've been caught, because you can hear that. But right on the end of their fins right here, there's barbs right here and right here, and on their back right there. If they get a hold of you, they'll hurt. So this catfish, it's a channel catfish, and I caught it on the pole that I casted out toward the point in the bank, and it's pretty fat, so it might have eggs in it, and if we were to eat this, it would be really good eating, but since it might have eggs, I don't think I'm going to eat it. But this thing's been in a fight because its tail's frayed up and it's bleeding, and the blood is pretty fresh. But I guess blood doesn't dry underwater, but still. This is a really big channel catfish, or at least for this lake. And don't put your finger in this thing's mouth, it will bite. When I was unhooking it, it's pliers, so it would bite the pliers. But look at its eyes. They're tiny, but apparently they're really good, I've heard. But there's some sort of worm in its nose right there. I really don't know what they are, but hey, if you know what it is, comment down below. So you can see the little lines, and those come in on the meat, and the meat is super white, and it's really good. You can also see the lateral line right there, and they sense vibrations with that. Let her go right now. So, see ya. And it's going back down to the bottom. So, fish number 1 has been caught. Hopefully I can catch a few more overnight. And we'll go check my minnow trap in the morning. Okay, so it's the next morning, and I think it's time to check the rod. So, first thing I notice is this rod right here is definitely the line's gonna move. So, I'm gonna reel it in. See if there's anything on it. So, my line's all tangled up. So, I think I have something on. I've had something on one of them. But this line don't have nothing on it. It's like completely empty, so I'm just gonna reel it up all the way so it won't be in the way for my other ones. Oh yeah, something was on here. Tore the hook right off the line. Yep, something was on there. Okay, time to try the R2D2 pole. So my camera cut off halfway through, but on the R2D2 pole and the rest of them, there was nothing, and so I'm gonna stole the bait except on the last one, but the bait was still there on it. Okay, I'm coming up on my minnow trap, and it's been about 4 hours since I checked my catfish rods, and I went bass fishing in between then, so I'll roll a clip after I check this. But let's see if I have anything. Nope. Nothing. So, I would not call that a success, but it is my second time ever trying this, so time to roll to the bass fishing clips. So, me and my dad went bass fishing in between when I checked the minnow trap and done the catfish rods, and we caught 8 fish together, and I caught 6. I'm gonna let them go right here. So, this one's a little spot. And I'm gonna let him go. Here we go. Next, I'll let this one go. I think it's also a spot. But I don't know. Okay, here's a little spot. To check that last catfish rod that I threw out, and if I have anything, you'll see. So, something stole my bait yet again. Thanks for watching, and if you like this content, subscribe for more like it. See you next time on CWC Outdoors.